Hey Aaron, how you guys doing? I hope it's going well. It's kind of early on a Saturday morning. We're going to take a quick tour of the house and we'll show you how it's coming along. And it's coming along pretty good. It's really starting to look like a house. All right. So we're getting some more insulative tape coming in that does the final seal between the windows. Let's see, what have we got going on that has changed? The HVAC is still up there. It's still isolated with the tape and plastic covering. Lots of expanding foam, even in between the I-beam. Can you see the vertical I-beams? They've even sealed in between there. Everywhere air could penetrate, they are sealing. Let's look at some detail work. Even can you see even the little holes around the wiring get sealed? Okay, it's really just getting, that next layer of insulation, and the pipes, on the exterior walls are even foam insulated, and then they'll be coated in insulation as well. And so all of that stuff just adds up to really sealing out the elements. And we don't really have extreme weather very often. Mainly what we have is, I'll turn around so you can see me. There we go. I have not had coffee yet this morning, and I've already gotten 3 phone calls to come work on some build job issues across town. So if I'm a little slow, I apologize. Normally I'm a lot more peppy. So one of the things to keep in mind is they work diligently to seal and insulate the home, even though we don't have what I would consider extreme weather. We can have days where the temperature gets up to 102, 103. Not often, and only maybe a day or two, but it can get cold for a couple of weeks, in the 20s. But with a strong wind. But still, at the end of the day, even if that temperature ranges 30 degrees to 100 or 95 degrees, it's still uncomfortable, and you're still going to be running that air conditioner and that heater, so we want to make sure it stays nicely insulated for you. Okay, I don't remember if your fireplace was in last time, but there was the fireplace, and they're just getting more and more of the nitty-gritty done. And if you remember, I kind of warned you, and see there you can see from your firebox, the flue, that metal, it's a double insulated flue. It's got 2 pieces in there so that heat and sparks can't ever get out. Let's quickly look at the backyard. Boy, that is a pretty backyard. Well, okay, I agree. Right now it doesn't look pretty, but in my mind's eye, I can see how pretty that's going to look when all of this is done and it's just grass and sprinklers and sunshine. And that is going to be a really, really, you can't really tell how big this is, guys, but it's a great sized backyard, especially if you look at the neighbor's yard. See the grass? We'll go peek. So there's the back of your house. I can show you that. See? So let's just see if their swimming pool's coming along. We'll peek. Oh yeah, see, look. Can you see the pool? Okay, and they've got, so see, that's how they do the grass. And that'll be over the whole backyard. This is torn up because their pool company is using your backyard as a road to get in there with their excavators and to deliver materials and such. So there's the side of your house. See, we haven't really looked over here before. And windows on the upstairs. And then here's your brick. This is the brick you picked out. Now understand, it looks usually really different when it's just in a stack like that. But when it's on the house, it looks, something about, the square footage of it, all visible at the same time, it just looks completely different. And there's a lot of disparity in the uniformity of it, and that's what gives it visual interest. And then there's the back, cute, cute little porch. So y'all are gonna have to figure out how to decorate that. Maybe a table to have breakfast, maybe a couch and a table for coffee or wine or something. And there's this big, pretty backyard, and that's essentially where your fence will go right there. So it's a lot of depth to it. Absolutely got room for a pool. All right. I don't know why I keep making you look at me. I'm probably the least thing you want to look at. You probably want to look at all the bedrooms and who's getting what bedroom. So we are insulated essentially from the exterior for the elements. So they can start doing insulation and then drywall. It looks like they are ready to put the insulation in. Definitely ready for Chris to inspect. He can see everything he needs to see at this point. I'm just, sorry guys, I know this may be boring, but I'm just walking around just to see what have they done lately. And see, there's how they run the wiring. And then where you see all of this stuff, that's just that exterior cladding. It'll be filled with insulation, and then drywall will be on top of it. And so it's really like an ice chest. Your HVAC unit has a kind of a pump that runs quite a bit during the day, and it's just circulating fresh air into the home. Because it's so well insulated, it needs to do so. Yep, this is looking good. Very pretty house. All right, let's go upstairs. So y'all are gonna have to tell me if you like looking at my ugly face when I walk around, or if you prefer me pointing at the house. I think pointing at the house is better, so let's do that. That's what you guys really care to see. So let's go back up here. Top of the stairs, right? There's the staircase. So at the top of the stairs, that's your view downstairs. There's your fireplace. There's the sloping ceiling. And there's your back porch out there. Breakfast nook over there. Kitchen island will be right over there. And then ovens and stuff, you know, along the L. So we took a left at the top of the stairs. And then we come into here. And here's a bedroom. And it's going to have a reach-in closet here and a nice big window. And can't see it because it's got the protective film, but there's the park and the school over there. We're going to go over to here. There is a bathroom in the hall, okay? And then here's another bedroom with a window on the same side. Okay. And again, you can see all the expanding foam, everything's sealed. The reflective barrier, there's the chase, the little plastic guy that keeps the insulation out of the airflow area so that air can convex and it can get the hot air out of the attic in the summer. I can't remember if you asked me about that or if the Maddoxes did, but this black stuff, it's so that they can put insulation right against it, but air can still flow in the channels in that formed plastic, and there's holes in these soffits out here. So air can get in here under the roof on the exterior, it flows up, and then it's released into the attic in general, pushing the extreme hot air out through the little whirlybirds or the passive venting. And that's what keeps the hot air leaving your attic, and that's how the attic doesn't, you know, isn't 180 degrees in the summer. So here's a hall bath, and then here's another bedroom up here. And then we move into the play area, okay? So this is the little family room. And that's the neighbor's house with the pool. I know it's confusing. I'm spinning all around, so I apologize. And then that's the little arched, let me see. That's the little arched opening that you can see down into the common area, right? You can see the dining room area in there. Staircase is here. There's the front door. And then that's a little, I believe that's a closet. And then moving in here is where the magic happens, the media room. So you can see the spray painting, and I think a lot of this was done. I don't know, is that too dark, guys? If it's too dark, I apologize. But they have come in, and I can see I'm gonna see if you can at least get some of this for you, Aaron. I'm sorry I can't adjust the lighting. But I was just looking and reading at all the notes and the spray paint where they're checking the runs. They're looking at, the Home Pro people have looked at everything to make sure it's there. They're doing all kinds of spray paint and Sharpie notations to make sure your stuff's in place. So I think when they came out and revisited, that was their double checking to make sure everything's in the right place. It looks good. I mean, the wiring is clean. It looks really nice. There's no staples in any of those boards, no nails. It is nothing but just holes drilled through the 2x4s with a clean run of wire. So that's good. The staples you have to watch out for. When they staple wires, sometimes they can pierce a wire. So what I try to do, and I'm not perfect at it, but I try to go by and just look and jiggle them, because if the wire moves in the staple, you don't have to worry about it having been penetrated. If they don't move, then I really look kind of close to see, did it go into it? And if it did, I need to let them know to replace it. But I've already walked this once, and I didn't see any staples penetrating wiring. They double check it as well. Yeah, this is real clean in here. They got all your wires running up through there. So I'm going to do this. Aaron, forgive me if this is ugly, but I'm trying to get that on video just so you can see the framing and how you would have to come from over here and crawl on your belly to get to your wiring loom if you ever needed it. It would be easier just to rerun it with a punch and a chase. You know how they run wires in existing walls. I don't think you'll need to add any more wiring. I think you have everything perfect. This is going to be a neat little room. I mean, this is going to be cozy up here for watching movies. And you should be able to crank it up pretty loud because the garage is underneath you. And then this is the only bedroom up here. So that's so from here, from this bedroom, all the way over to there, and then you'll have 2 doors on that. So yeah, this is neat. Guys, it's coming along great. I mean, please let me know if I can give you any more detail in these videos, if you would like for me to walk certain rooms and describe what they are, or if you want me to focus and video something in particular, I'll be happy to do it. I'm going to go down and walk the kitchen area real quick because I didn't really focus on that. So here's your front door. I believe that is the study. And then, let me get you spun around. There's the dining room, and then in here is the room. And so your fireplace is there. That looks like your Smurf tube for your television right there. You can decorate over here, and then here is your kitchen. And then over there is the breakfast nook, and then there's your back door. And so you can see the amount of wood they used in this. That's quite a bit of wood. Yeah, so they're going to come in and put in your cooktop. There's your pantry. They're framed out your pantry, and you're going to have the gas line for the cooktop, your ovens, your microwaves, your cabinetry. Here's where the island will be. And as soon as we get, sorry, you're up in the air. There we go. As soon as we get your cabinetry in and the drywall up, it's going to make a perfect sense. It'll become very clear to you. All right, guys, let me know if there's anything I can focus on for you. It's coming along beautifully, and I'll see you next week. Okay.